Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you guys can see, I look a little bit different today because I got kind of bored, so I'm wearing makeup today. Okay, this is not what the video is about. Let's get into this video. If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. There is a reason that this video made it to your eyes, and there's a reason that you clicked play on this video. Maybe you're a new age, maybe you're someone who is also obsessed with astrology, tarot, psychics, all of that stuff. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I love you. You mean so much to me for coming here. So my purpose of this video is to explain to you guys how addicted I got to psychics, to tarot cards, to astrology, to the CoStar app, to tarot readings on YouTube, to everything. I was so addicted, and I am not going to be exaggerating at all in this video, but I also want to explain to you guys why my beliefs have changed through the Bible, and that's where I actually want to start this video. I have my laptop right here. This is the first video that I've actually taken notes for because this is a heavier topic, and guys, I don't want to scare you guys, but at the same time, I think that we really need to be knowledgeed on what we are doing when we are doing these things, because I went into it blindly and didn't even know the gates that I opened for spirits to come into my life. I was debating if I should start with my testimony or if I should start with God's word, but obviously I believe that God is more important. So I'm going to start with what he has to say about it, and then I'm going to get into my story with psychics. I'm just going to jump right into the first verse, and that is Leviticus 19:31. And it says, "Do not defile yourselves by turning to mediums or to those who consult the spirits of the dead. I am the Lord your God." So the first thing I did when I saw this verse was kind of just Google what defile means, and it means to corrupt the purity or perfection. And you know, I feel like all of us, even me, when I was in New Age, when I was in Law of Attraction, I was like, the Bible is just a bunch of rules. Like, I don't really want to pay attention to what he has to say. But I just want you guys to know, as someone who was saved out of the New Age deception and has had her beliefs changed, is that what God is saying in those rules and regulations are not to hurt you, are not to stop you from having fun, but they are to save your soul. Okay, so by this verse, God is saying this to keep you clean, to keep you pure. He's saying if you go there, if you allow these people that are reading things from the dead, you are allowing these demonic entities to have access in your life. And I know it doesn't seem like that, but literally when you're going and you're doing a tarot card reading, even by yourself, when you're watching it online, when you're looking at astrology, you're literally saying, hello, yes, demonic entity, come rule my life. Tell me what is going to satisfy my flesh right now. Because that's the thing about the Bible. It doesn't satisfy your flesh. It satisfies your soul. And trust me, when you get into the Bible, you will understand that it is food for your soul. Anyways, so what I am saying is that you're going to go into these spiritual readings where these readers or you yourself are literally contacting dead spirits, spirit guides, or your people who passed away, all sorts of stuff like that. Like, you as a living person are contacting a dead person to tell you how you are going to live. Dead people are only going to lead you to death, whereas God is alive. This is why they say this is the living word, because his word is living. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to read the Bible, but even if you read the Bible, you will start seeing his verses everywhere. Like, you will see it. I saw it on the TTC once, and I was like, I have never seen a Bible verse on the TTC before. You will start hearing them pop into your head. Like, the Bible is living because it's how God speaks to you. So if you guys wanted to say, oh, but you're talking to a dead God, my God, he is a living God. And so when you're contacting these psychics, when you're contacting like anything of that matter, you are literally contacting dead spirits. And I know a lot of us, we leave psychic readings and we're like, oh yes, it's exactly what I want. I'm so happy. I'm so this. But let me tell you something. There's that verse that I have talked about on my channel before, which says that Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So in the meantime, you'll be feeling happy. You'll be feeling excited about your future. But then the spirit of control comes to you because you try to control that future and try to do whatever you can in your life to make that happen. Then worry comes into you and you're constantly worrying of when is this going to happen? How can I do this? When can I do that? You are literally opening yourself up to allow the enemy to attack you in these ways. You have the spirit of doubt come into you because if it doesn't happen, you start thinking, oh, it's not going to happen. I don't know about you guys, but when I was doing psychic readings and stuff, my mind was constantly of when is this going to happen? Can it happen now? Why isn't it happening? Am I not good enough for it to happen? Constantly overplaying in my mind when the heckers it's gonna happen. You're going to anyone you can to fill your spirit to tell you what's gonna happen in your life except for the God yourself. And it says in that verse, I am the Lord your God. He is the Lord. He is not a Lord, he is the Lord. And he knows what future is in store for you. He knows how to get you there. He knows how to guide you there. And that leads me into my second verse, Isaiah 8:19-20. Someone may say to you, let's ask the mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead with their whispering and mutterings, they will tell us what to do. But shouldn't people ask God for guidance? Should the living seek guidance from the dead? No, we shouldn't. Look to God's instructions and teachings. People who contradict his word are completely in the dark. Basically, what's happening in this scenario is Isaiah is telling people of the northern kingdom that there's going to be an invasion of Assyria, I think that's how you say the word. And basically what he's telling his people in the kingdom is that when this happens, trust God. Don't trust anything else, trust God. But then he was saying that people are going to come to you saying, let's go get the future told by the mediums and by the psychics. But then Isaiah says, should people be seeking guidance from the dead? And then it says to follow God's instructions. So something that I got out of this verse is, again, you are literally asking for life instructions from something or someone that is dead. That is just going to lead you to self-destruction. And the second thing is that when you go to these psychics and mediums, you're literally telling God that his way, his guidance, his truth is not enough for you. You're telling God that the way that he's going to get you there, it's not enough because you need your control on how to get there. So many times I went to these psychics and I was just like, oh, what's gonna happen? How am I even gonna make this happen? It says here that, by doing this, you're not relying on God's instruction, you're not relying on God, and you don't have faith that he can get you where he needs you. You are limiting God to who he is and his power. But it also says here, people who contradict his word are completely in the dark. And this is an awesome instruction or something that you guys can take that's tangible into your hands from this video, is that after going to the psychics, after going to tarot readings, after looking at your astrology, get into the Bible and see if any of that matches up. Because if it doesn't, then it's not living for your soul and it's not going to feed your soul or give you any hope or even a future. Whatever is in the stars, whatever is coming from the dead that the mediums and the psychics are channeling, it is completely coming from the dark. So I hope that you guys just take this little word into consideration of what is happening when you go to psychics. There's so many verses on psychics and mediums in the Bible, but I just picked out two and just wanted to do like a little talk about it. You are literally telling God you're not relying on the plans that he has for your future. You are relying on dead things to give you living advice on where you're going, and you are literally opening your body for demonic entities to come into your life. And I know that this is dark and maybe it's just like a weird video to listen to, but guys, I just encourage you to ask God, take what the verses that I use and search for the truth yourself, because my revelations could be different than your revelations. I don't want you guys to just go based off of my teachings and the wisdom that was brought to me, but off of what God speaks to you, because it's going to be individual for you, for your experience. So I kind of just want to go quickly into my story and my testimony of psychics. So I got addicted. I was hooked, you guys. I am not exaggerating when I tell you I was addicted. Every week, once a week, I would find a new psychic provider online that would offer a $10 for 10 minutes or $15 for 15 minutes deal. And they said some stuff, but it was everything that I just wanted to hear. I would get so excited and never, ever, not one time did it come true. And everything they said were literally to make me happy and to make me call again. And so there was that. I would call once a week. I literally gave money for demonic entities to come into me. The second thing is, if I wasn't calling these psychics, I was literally on YouTube for like 2 to 3 hours a day just watching tarot readings, daily tarot readings, Leo tarot readings, monthly tarot readings, my moon star tarot readings, my sun tarot readings. Like, it was bad. I was obsessed with it, you guys. The only thing that our soul should be craving and addicted to is God and getting into his word. But by doing the psychic stuff, you get addicted to knowing what your future is going to be. So that's a spirit that clearly came into my life. Every morning I was checking my CoStar app, and guys, that app got weird. I realized that the CoStar app was weird and against God when it said you are a god, like something like that. I was just like, okay, this is weird. So I deleted it. Astrology, same thing, you guys. Astrologically talking, I am a Leo. I was born in August. And if you actually take me compared to like an Aquarius and you put the same day description of what's going to happen throughout that day, I can apply both of them to my life. So they don't even try to hide the fact that it's applicable to everyone. So I was spending my time, my money on letting just entities come into my body. We are living in times where your soul is being fought from the enemy and the good. And by doing the psychic stuff and by doing the readings, you are literally just putting your soul into the enemy's hands and being like, take it, rule my life, come into me and just let me feel anxiety and doubt and all these things that doesn't come from God. And sorry, I'm off topic, but basically my testimony is that, yeah, so I used to do that. I wasted so much time. And I even used to, when I was in my relationship, I used to go on it because I didn't know what to do half the time in my relationship. So I was like, what should I do? And like, you can't base your future off of what someone tells you. One time so far, I've had God give me a vision of what's to come in the future, but it was very brief. It was just like, this is where you're going to be. And it's just this peace in knowing that he brought it to you, so he's going to get you there. But when it comes from random spirits, you're literally just like on your own. And I don't know. Actually, as soon as I was saved, I turned away from all of that stuff. It didn't feel good anymore. I didn't want to know what was going to happen in my life. I fully trusted what God's plan was for my life. I fully trusted what he had in store for my life, because what he has is 10 times better than what any spirit can tell me. So I have not touched that stuff since I've been saved in April, and I feel so much peace in not knowing my future. But that's technically my testimony. And I really do hope that this somehow spoke to you guys. I know it's a little bit of a harsher topic and like it may just feel like an attack towards people that are doing it, but I also didn't want to do this video lightly in hopes that people listening actually see the severity of what's happening when you're allowing psychics to rule your life. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys take the Bible verses and search them for yourselves in the Bibles. In general, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It means so much to me and helps me out a ton, and I'll see you guys next week.